So one staple of Spider-Man is the huge rogue galleries, from villains like Shocker to mob bosses like the Kingpin. There's so much you can do in this game isn't confined to the MCU, so the whole Marvel Universe is at your disposal. Insomniac Games have a lot to work with and can make an amazing amount of boss battles from just Spider-Man's rogue gallery alone. So let's get into top 10 Spidey villains that absolutely need to be in the Spider-Man PS4 video game. Number 10, the Wrecking Crew. Let's start off with the low tiers. The Wrecking Crew, I feel, would be a good villain to get you warmed up for the game, so they could easily be the first villains of the games. All you would really need to do is dodge out of the way of their attacks and counter them, considering the huge scale of New York. This battle would be epic because of how much effort you would need to put into it. Plus, it would give a lesser known villain team a time. Number 9, Scorpion. Now, we haven't seen this guy a lot in the comics recently, but he sure was in a lot of games. So why not this one? He would be one of those attacks when his stinger is up kind of villain. And he would be a challenge because his tail couldn't be webbed. He would shoot acid at you and would insult you. The good old Scorpion days. Number 8, Shocker. Well, kinda obvious because I mentioned him in the intro, but another one of Spidey's rogue gallery that became long forgotten and needs a reintroduction. I hope he's a boss battle, large or minor. I just feel he is a weighted villain, but I want his boss fight to be in an abandoned subway or a confined area because it would complement his powers. We need to be able to switch lanes because the vibrations he can make with his arm gauntlets, they need to be devastating if you get hit with. Number 7, Electro. Well, y'all deserve a second chance, right? Yes, maybe with this game, Electro could have this. You would fight him in the city and he would drain all the power from the city as the more damage he takes. This is when you would need to use objects to defeat him, such as water hydrants and other things. I feel if handled right, he could be a great elemental boss, but if handled wrong, you can get another amazing Spider-Man 2 boss. Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that boss anyway? But, I digress. Number 6, Rhino. Robbing a bank is cool, but turning a city into a complete mess, that's when you send in the Rhino. And he could do both. All Rhino boss fights are difficult as fuck if you don't become patient. You would have to constantly jump around his back so you could slam his head into multiple buildings, causing him to aimlessly amount of collateral damage, all for that asshat start to pay for. 5, Dr. Octopus. We starting off our top 5 strong with Dr. Otto Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. This man is the only Spider-Man villain who has not only defeated the Web Slinger, but at one point took over the mantle. So the man's a genius with his 5th grade haircut and orbs. Now, to be honest, he would need to be extremely difficult. You'd have to stop Machine doing God knows what. You think of that part, guys. He would slam you against the wall with all his might every time you would get remotely close to it, leaving you dazed. He would do that until you do so. And eventually you two will go one-on-one, a mano-a-mano, into one fierce battle. I think that this boss fight. Number 4, Kingpin. Another hard hitter in the Marvel Universe. The Kingpin is one of the deadliest villains in the Marvel Universe. Not just controlling a criminal empire, but he can also become ripped. But I could see this going 2 ways. You're in his mansion, and you fight through waves of enemies until you reach the top, and he enlarges his body mass. Then a fight ensues, and he has his own body armor-like mass. As you fight him, he is weakened and defeated. And the other one is you skip all the bullshit and the epic shit, and fight him straight up. It's a pretty interesting concept, and I really want to see him in it. Number 3, Venom. Was there really any doubt that the rival of Spider-Man? Now again, so many possibilities, but unlike the others, Venom ain't no bitch. He comes straight for you and lunges at you, trying to consume you in his suit. I can see him being an absolute brute, destroying you, but you need to lure him into the fire, sound, and well, anything else that can hurt a symbiote. And believe it or not, that isn't going to be easy, especially if they handle the Venom AI right. Venom is pretty smart when it comes to stuff like that, which is why I think he's a great addition to this roster of villains that could be. At number 2, we have Kraven the Hunter. Another on this list who actually defeated Spider-Man at one point and has switched the borders between hero and villain, but never has he stayed permanently on one side. But he could be a dangerous boss fight. Using his hunting skills, you gotta guess where he's attacking you at. Your only ally is your Spidey sense in this type of fight, mainly because you have to figure out, is he in that tree over there, or maybe he's hiding behind that car, maybe he's inside of the car or something like that. but your Spidey sense will give you an advantage, so it would make for a complicated fight, and actually well. Number 1, the Green Goblin. This guy was the best pick, the main big bad of Spidey, and it would consist of a chase, a battle, and an even larger scale chase. Oh boy, dodging his bombs, throwing them back at him, jumping on his glider, and punching him in the face until he falls off the glider, flooding him into buildings, and this is what a boss fight is made of, between two rivals and two people who have been going at it for over 60 years in the comics. Now that's my list. If you feel like my list isn't up to your par, then please write your own list in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like this video to help my channel grow and to subscribe as well. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.